Bo Prabula and Missouri go into Norman, where Eli Drinkowitz was born, by the way, and fall to the Sooners 17-6, painting a picture. If Oklahoma beats LSU this weekend, Joe, Oklahoma is going to find themselves into the playoff as Missouri is completely eliminated from this thing now. Your recap of this game.
Prabula playing in this game was extremely unexpected. We didn't even preview this game because we thought it was going to be a bloodbath because Zollers was going to be playing. Prabula late addition. He ends up being healthy, and I didn't think anything of it. And that assumption was correct because Prabula had a pretty rough day. He was completely smothered. He threw 2 interceptions. He was sacked 4 times. Like this Oklahoma team, and I mentioned this before, they have such an old school style of winning that it is something that is foreign to our eyes. They are winning through defense. They are winning purely through completely dragging down and forcing their opponents to make mistakes into handing them games. I haven't seen a team capably do this. We're not talking about a team that's got a good defense. Their defense is quite literally creating the plays that change the trajectory of games. Mm-hmm. Outside of the Satania long touchdown, a lot of the biggest moments in this game were because of special teams and defense. Like the biggest thing that comes with all this, I know that we've kind of talked about how Oklahoma's secondary has been inconsistent. This wasn't a game where they were going to be really super challenged because Missouri only had one really good receiver. To hold Missouri under 70 yards rushing is extremely, extremely impressive. And it's why they held Missouri to 6 points. This has been a team that has been unstoppable on the ground, even when Zollers was in. And they were able to completely shut down their run game. It's one of the biggest assets that they have. And I think that Oklahoma's case for why they will be a serious challenge in the college football playoff has been bolstered. They still have issues. They've got a lot of problems, which I'm sure that we're going to talk about here. But that defense is freaking unstoppable, and it's impossible to get things going on the ground against them.
Defense completely turned up and turned out the last 3 weeks. You got Tennessee on the road, you got Bama on the road, and you got a really good rushing attack and coming into town in Missouri. And, Joe, they beat 3 straight ranked opponents. That's how good they've been defensively. Now, you're right. Offensively, we got a lot to talk about here because Jesus, in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. Joe, they might be the best. I mean, they're playing like one of, if not the best defense in the country right now. Mm-hmm. The way that they are physically getting after the quarterback without our Mason Thomas again, they just put so much pressure on you. And Venables has been in his bag the last 3 weeks. It is very impressive, but it's the style of play that I know that he probably wants to play. And they're doing this with an offense who, quite honestly, is anemic. Now, Alabama's kind of been out of their element a little bit. You look at Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee's kind of just Tennessee right now, even though they waxed Florida this weekend. But it's really impressive to see what Oklahoma's done defensively and just how they continue to do it. Again, I think Ahmad Hardy was put in between a rock and the hard place. He had 17 carries, 57 yards. Roberts could do nothing all day long. Wide receiver-wise, outside of Kevin Coleman, I just don't think that they have a game changer, and Bo Prabula was all over the place. You just keep suffocating teams that aren't able to execute in timely manners, and you're putting so much pressure on them. It's really impressive to see how defensively they've been this good, but, Joe, I got to admit, offensively, brother, it's a problem. It's a problem. Yet again, that offensive line's not good. John Mateer has saved your ass. They're not good. So defensively, yes, they can hold their own with anybody. But, Joe, I look at a playoff team like Ole Miss that you just went up against. That's a team that, like, we've already kind of gotten a little bit of a preview in this. Now, you did it to Bama, and you were able to do it on the road. So they kind of washed that tide, pun intended, so to speak. But, man, offensively, they are just really bad right now.
There's kind of two sides to this, the way that I look at it. So they had 276 total yards of offense. I don't know how they keep doing this, where they go under 300 yards of offense and they keep winning. This is why it's been really hard to talk about them, and it's also generally kind of annoying listening to Oklahoma fans try to dunk on everybody and being like, you don't get our team. You just don't get it. You hating on us. What they're doing is not at all in line with good winning football. Teams who go under 300 total yards of offense are not supposed to win no matter how good their defense is. It's just not supposed to. Part of that, I agree. I 100% agree with you. Their offense is really inconsistent. It's shaky. Mateer has been up and down. He makes a big play, and then he's erratic, and his ball placement's all over the place. They're up and down at trying to get the run game going, and you have another game where you don't have a running back over 4 yards a carry or going over 50 yards rushing. You're not even really committing touches to running backs. Robinson has 12 carries, and that's it. Mateer touched the ball 18 times as a registered runner. The one thing I will say, and maybe this is an asinine take. We watch these games with Oklahoma, and we think that they're letting teams hang around with them and stay in it close, which is essentially what happened in this game. Maybe that we're being deceived. Maybe that's just how they play. Maybe that is just how they survive, is that they keep everybody at arm's distance because they trust their defense that, we just need one big play from Satania. We just need one big play from Xavier Robinson. And we'll find a way to win this damn football game. It's nothing that we've ever really I can't think of a team who did something similar to this. Can you think of a team that did something like this?
Yeah, 2011 LSU.
Well, that's my point. That was
they lost
years ago.
They lost 2 games. Or no, that's 2007 LSU, but they were really much better. I mean, I'd say 2011. 2007 LSU to some extent.
But that's not supposed to exist in 2025.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, I've seen far less offense with less miles and just legendary after legendary after legendary defenses do stuff like this, Joe. I mean, I lived it for 15 years of my life. I mean, you just got to be on every week. But to your point, I mean, Joe, at halftime, they had a field goal, a punt, a 3-and-out, a punt, a punt, a punt, a punt, kneel. Their last 8 possessions, they got 3 points. If it's not for the long Satania breakout, now Missouri had a shanked punt that got them within 35 yards for a touchdown. You had a big play and a bad punt that got you 14 points. Other than that, which I shouldn't say other than that, because Satania still made the play, right? Their last 8 drives, they could barely move the football. I mean, outside of the field goal, Joe, they had 38 yards, 0 yards, 18 yards, 12 yards, 3 yards. You're barely over 50 yards and a half. When they couldn't get anything. It's not like Missouri. Missouri, guess what they had? 3-and-out, 7 plays. And look, it's a big deal, and your defense just keeps performing over and over and over again. They're elite. And, Joe, they're going to keep them in a lot of games, playoffs included. But, Joe, there's going to be teams that can score 17 points on you, that can actually stop you a little bit better than Missouri did because their offenses can actually move the football. You know what it is? It's exactly what happened to you to Ole Miss.
I was just about to say the most balanced offense they played was Ole Miss, and they folded.
And they folded. Tennessee moved the ball all on you. So what happened there, Joe? Aguilar kept turning the ball over. Same with Ty Simpson. And Oklahoma's forcing the turnovers. You can't take that away from them. However, Joe, they can't make a run if offensively they're going to do like this. And everybody keeps trying to tell me it's the injury from John Mateer. No, it's not. You can't run the ball. And you don't have the receivers play in and play out. If you're not getting the explosive play, then you're not dominating. Deion Burks has not been great. I mean, he's had some good moments, but he's not been who we thought he was going to be. And that's just where we sit, man. I mean, it's where we're going to continue to sit. And I got to be blunt with you, too. Mateer's decision-making's got to get better. You got to stop throwing the RPOs in the flat and sometimes just go get 3 yards rushing. Just how the game works in the SEC, man. You can't keep throwing behind the line of scrimmage and think that it's going to work in the SEC ever.
Right. I'm really curious to see what happens to them in the playoff. I think that there's a couple of really good matchups for them where they can really bludgeon them. And I think that there's some teams that they would face that would cause a lot of headaches for them. Like if they played, I'm not even going to talk about the seeded teams, like the top 4 teams. If they played in Oregon, would Oregon break through and run the ball on them? If they played a Texas Tech, would that be a team that challenged them? Would be the first like big time defensive challenge that they would see. I'm trying to think who else would maybe be able to break through on them.
Notre Dame.
I don't see. Here's the one thing: as a Notre Dame fan, I've watched CJ Carr have issues when he's been pressured, and a young dude. And this is the thing that they've done really well. Young quarterbacks, they victimize them. You know, they really
a problem though, Joe. They can't score. So I know CJ Carr's going to get opportunity after opportunity, even though he's got 4 interceptions the last 2 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah.
3 or 4. So I mean, you better just be on defensively every week.
I think A&M would be the true. I know that they're top.
A&M would bludgeon. A&M would absolutely bludgeon.
I think they'd pop them.